And welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry, that's Nick, and we are a bit early today. It is 1 p.m. Eastern that we are recording this. Once I saw today's schedule, I figured, okay, well, we're not going to just talk about two games, so we'll do the show earlier. Leave your comment or leave your opinion in the comments if you want to see the show at an earlier time than 4 p.m. Eastern. Leave a comment considering maybe 2 p.m. As a good time going forward. So if you have an opinion on what time you think you'd like to watch the show, feel free to leave it in the comments. I figured me and Nick would start with football. We'll jump into the CFL. Montreal Alouettes are at Winnipeg Blue Bombers here in this one. Let me bring up the current odds here. Montreal plus 310, plus 275 to plus 360. Winnipeg minus 370 to minus 476. Nines, 9.5s, 47.5, 48.5, 48. Again, the good thing about CFL is the lines are all over the place. You can find different numbers at different books here. I took Winnipeg minus 9 in the full game, and I also took them minus 5.5 in the first 5 here. This Winnipeg team is just the best. They're the best team in the CFL. I'm sticking with they won't lose a game all year. So I definitely don't expect them to be anywhere close to losing this game. The issue, Montreal Alouettes have been a little bit sneaky at keeping games close at times. So I could see a situation where maybe they don't cover the full game minus 9. Maybe they only win by 6 or 7 or something like that. That's why I split my bet first half and full game. But I expect the Blue Bombers to kind of continue on carrying on, especially at home against this Montreal team. So I like Winnipeg first 5 full game on the run line on the spreads. Nick, Alouettes, Blue Bombers, what do you think here?
Yeah, these two teams played last week. 35-20 was the final score in that game. It was 14-14 heading into the fourth quarter before Winnipeg won that fourth quarter 21-6, covered the spread, won the game, all that good, and sent the game over the total. I expect this game to be the opposite here. I like the under in this one here. I'm expecting Winnipeg to go back to playing Winnipeg-style defense. When we look at the way they've played at home this year, they gave up 19 to Calgary. They gave up 12 to Hamilton, and they gave up 17 to Ottawa. So the 3 games that they have played at home this year have all gone under the total, which actually looking at it, that makes what they're doing so far this season even more impressive because 6 of their 9 wins are on the road. And now they're back at home here. They have the number 1 defense in the CFL, and I expect them to be able to go back to playing Winnipeg-style football, which is playing good defense. This is why they're the 2-time defending Grey Cup champions. They have the best defense in the CFL. I expect them to do that here. I like the Alouettes team total under 17.5. I expect them to get shut down on defense here and on offense. And I like the full game under 48.5. I think this could be one of those 23-10 type of games. So I think it's going to be a low-scoring game where, similar to the way I believe this is, the way they played maybe Hamilton in Week 3, where it was 26-12, something along those lines. I think we see a lower-scoring game where the Alouettes struggle to put up any points on offense.
It's hilarious you said that because as you were saying that, I was literally about to say I think this game ends 21-10. So
21-10.
we're pretty close there.
I was trying to think of a statement that they would still cover the spread too.
Perfect. Thanks, Nick. But yeah, that is the CFL game. And we also have 2 NFL games. Obviously, preseason. Not everybody bets preseason games. I'm going to be very selective when it comes to NFL, but I'll definitely give my thoughts here when it comes to the preseason. Giants and Patriots in this one. You can find the Giants minus 143 to minus 155. New England plus 117 to plus 140. Mostly 2.5s for the Giants, 1-3, and 34.5s, 35s across the board. Here, I'm not a huge totals guy, especially in preseason. You won't find me betting any totals in preseason. But when it comes to sides, I want to back the Giants here. I'm kind of thinking of first 5. Something's telling me to take the Giants first 5.
First half.
Yeah, first half. Sorry,
I don't know if
baseball.
you'd want to play 5 innings of football. That may be a little weird.
Little bit of preseason bet for sure. But yeah, I'm thinking first half for the Giants. I think they come out here and they have played pretty well in preseason. So I think the Giants might be the look here. I don't know if I want to take them full game. Preseason is a crazy thing. Or not a crazy thing, but crazy things happen in preseason. So really anything could happen. But I think the Giants are the right side. Just not sure exactly how I want to back them here. Nick, Giants and Patriots. What do you think here?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where I saw quotes from. Basically, the head coach of the New York Giants says if they're healthy, they're playing today. We should see Daniel Jones for, I'm believing, around the first quarter. And then after that, we'll be able to see like Davis Webbs and Tyrod Taylor, which I am a fan of them. On the other side, basically, Bill Belichick said we're not going to be seeing many of the starters. We're not going to see Mac Jones. And I believe it's going to be Brian Hoyer and Bailey Zappi is going to be their 2 quarterbacks for today. I like the Giants here. And I think when we look at the preseason, one thing that I want to look at are dogs that turn into favorites. And usually those are usually I don't like to bet lines that are bad like that. But I think when teams turn from 2-point dogs to 2-point favorites, like we've seen in this game, all the way up to 3 for the Giants, 2.5, 3 in some spots, it tells you who's playing and it tells you who's taking this game seriously. So you'll see that for a lot of these other games where if they opened up as 2-point dogs and now they're pick 'em or 1-point favorites, that's probably the side I'm going to be on because it tells you, okay, those teams are planning on playing their starters a little bit longer and they're probably taking the game a little bit more serious. They've got the better quarterback depth. Quarterback depth is another big thing to look at here, especially the quarterbacks that are going to be playing in the 3rd and 4th quarter. So, yeah, I think the Giants do have the edge here for that. So, yeah, I'm signing with the New York Giants here. I got it at -3 at even money.
All right. One other thing why I would go with the Giants here in this one, they have a lot more, I think, open roster spots than New England does. New England's roster might be kind of more set in stone, whereas the Giants, if there's a rookie somewhere that comes out and really impresses, he could very well make the starting lineup. So I think the Giants rookies may be a little bit more motivated here in this one. That's something to keep in mind as well. Going on to the second game tonight, we have the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. I will bring up the odds here. You can find Tennessee plus 145 to plus 155. Baltimore minus 170 to minus 200. 3s and 3.5s available. Mostly 32.5s. I see a couple 31.5s as well. We all know the Baltimore's record in the preseason is very, very good. The best in the NFL. And something that was said in our group chat that we're in, a lot of people are going to look at that. It's one of the first football games that available to bet this year. People want to bet on football. They're going to go and they're going to hammer the Ravens. And that's definitely what the books want. I think there's some value with Tennessee plus 3.5. I think we could find a closer game. I do think that Baltimore will probably win. That's why they're minus 170, minus 189. But I think it's going to be a close game, and I think Tennessee plus 3.5 is a good play. I'm kind of waiting to see if more money comes in on Baltimore, which I kind of expect, especially the public, to heavily back Baltimore. So kind of waiting to see if I can get a better line. That's why I haven't pulled the trigger on the bet yet. Going to be looking at Tennessee plus 3.5 here. Lamar Jackson will not play in this game. But really, who knows who's going to play? Really, we don't have exact full lineups, and you don't know how long players are going to play for what amount of time. So basically, it's kind of just going with your gut. And my gut says Tennessee plus 3.5. Nick, Titans, Ravens. What do you think here?
Yeah, we're not going to see any of the starters. I mean, Tannehill, I don't think we're going to see much from Tannehill. We're not going to see anything from Derrick Henry at all, I believe, throughout the entire preseason. No need to put him out there. When you look at the, once again, quarterback depth, I liked Baltimore's quarterback depth a lot. Tyler Huntley and Brett Hundley. We saw both these guys have had NFL starts before, and that's something you want to look for in second and third string quarterbacks that we'll be seeing a majority of the time in the preseason is players who have actually started football games in the NFL. And on the other side, we don't really see that here with the Titans. Logan Whiteside and Malik Willis are your two backup quarterbacks for the Titans here. So this is a spot here where, once again, similar to the way you're betting the Dodgers every game right now, honestly, just go ahead, bet the Ravens every single preseason game, and you'll probably profit throughout the preseason. So I'm on the Ravens. I got it at 3.5. I believe it's gone down to 3, which is kind of interesting. But I think this is a spot here where the Ravens have that track record, and I'm going to back the track record here. Call it square, whatever it is, but it is what it is. I think the Ravens are able to still win this game pretty handily.
All right. Yeah, there is 3.5s and 3s. It's kind of mixed. It's kind of half and half in this one. But yeah, with preseason football, bet responsibly. As Keith says, it's just for fun. So don't go crazy 100-unit max plays when it comes to preseason football, because that's a good way to lose some money. But if I get involved, it'll just be kind of more half-unit stuff for fun. BetStamp, use code WILD when signing up. The best thing about BetStamp is line shopping. You can find the best odds for whatever you are looking for across the board. Make sure to get the best odds because you make more money using the best odds. And follow me there at Let's Go Wild Picks. Use code WILD when signing up. And we will go on to baseball. We'll start with this one that I chose here. Nick, anything in the two games that are starting right now that you want to give out?
I'm on the first 5. I'm on the first 5 under in this Phillies game, which is looking off to a shaky start here. I think they have a guy on third with no out, so that's lovely. Lead off triple. And then I'm on nothing for the other game, the Guardians game.
All right. Yeah, I didn't touch either of the first two games. Today's slate, I'm being very selective with, but there's nothing wrong with that. We'll start with this one here, White Sox and Royals. You can find the White Sox minus 167 to minus 180. You can find Kansas City plus 145 to plus 156. 7.5s, some 8s available here. For me, I want to back I want to back the White Sox. When it comes to pitching, we do have Dylan Cease against Greinke here. Greinke, home road splits, huge this year. And then in his last game, he actually had a bad home game for the first time in a while. Dylan Cease has been consistent. I wanted to take the White Sox run line, but I don't trust the White Sox offense. I could see a scenario where Greinke does pitch well and only allows one earned run. I could see this being a close game. Cease is going to give up 0 or 1 earned runs in his time. That's basically what he's been doing every start. So I don't see anything changing against the Royals. So I'm going first 5 under 4, which I got at minus 102 in this one. If anything, I'm more worried about Greinke, but the White Sox offense can be more miss than hit when it comes to hit or miss. So I'll take the first 5 under here. Nick, White Sox Royals, what do you think here?
I stayed off this game. It would be a lean towards. I think there may be a little bit of value of Kansas City here. We're seeing a majority of the tickets and the money coming on the White Sox, but the line really hasn't moved too much, which is kind of interesting to see. But I did not get involved with this game. I think that this could be an interesting one for maybe an under. But this is it's Greinke and Cease, so I can see an under in this one. I didn't see enough for me to get involved with this one. I think I'm not a huge fan of today's baseball slate. I got a couple plays, but nothing in this one.
Hey, nothing wrong. If somebody said that they love today's slate, I'd probably kind of put my eyebrows up and kind of look at them because
some people like the smaller slates because you can find spots. I just didn't find any good spots I like today.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with smaller slates, but you kind of got to give us better games than Pirates and Diamondbacks, Reds and Cubs.
I mean, those games still print the same type of money than the like an Astros Yankees game would. So
yeah, but some games are harder to find edges in, so that's how I look at it.
Yep.
We'll go on to the second game, which I chose.
Pirates and Diamondbacks,
which is actually the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Yes, basically here. This is a half unit play for me. The other was also a half unit play in the first game. I am going small with today's slate, but I'll bring up today's odds. Pittsburgh, you can find plus 140 to plus 147. Arizona, minus 165 to minus 175. 7.5s, some 8s available in this one. Yes, I got involved in this game. I took the first 5 minus a half with Arizona, which I paid minus 125 for. The reason it's only a half unit play, not my most confident play of the day, but when you look at pitching, I will trust Merrill Kelly before Brubaker any day of the week. I do think Arizona is the better team than the Pittsburgh Pirates, so I'm just going to trust that they can be leading by 1 after the first 5. So I like Arizona first 5 minus a half. And this one, Nick, Pirates and Diamondbacks. What do you think here?
Yeah, I actually like both these pitchers. I think Brubaker is better than people think he is. No, I don't like the side in this game. I feel like there may be a little bit of value full game with the Pirates. It could be interesting to take a look at them there because you got that nice big plus price tag with them. But no, this is not something I'm looking at on a sidewise. I did get the first 5 under 4 though at minus 110. I don't like either of these offenses, and I think Brubaker can slow down the Diamondbacks a little bit. And I think that Merrill Kelly is is a great pitcher as well. That I was surprised wasn't traded during the deadline. So I'm on the first 5 under 4. And then for that Phillies game, I'm on the first 5 under 4. And thank you, Kyle Gibson, for getting out of the bases loaded, nobody out jam, and giving up nothing.
Another time the Miami Marlins have bases loaded and they don't score. Shocking. Literally, that seems to happen all the time. Poor Miami and poor Miami fans. But congrats, Nick. That's really good because I didn't notice they had bases loaded, and I was like, but it's the Marlins, so no big surprise there. We'll move on to the third game before we get to last pitch and then best bets. The Orioles and the Red Sox here. My favorite game of the night. The Orioles aren't playing the Blue Jays anymore, so I can back them. No, I'm just kidding. But we do have the Orioles and the Red Sox.
The Blue Jays begged for that game to be postponed last night, so they couldn't because they were scared, right?
No. We'll have that doubleheader. We'll make that game up later on in the year.
They didn't want Barry
When
on the road.
Baltimore is not as hot as they are right now, because I don't think it'll continue on to the end of the year. But Baltimore plus 100 to plus 108 or plus 110 or 11. Boston minus 120 to minus 133. Tens, some 9.5s available in this one. I went with Baltimore money line for plus 112 here. Basically, I'll take Dean Kramer over Winkowski, but I'll take this Orioles offense and overall team before I'll take the Red Sox. I get it, we're in Boston, but I think the wrong team is favored in this one. Baltimore is very hot right now. They do have the better record. I do think these two teams are pretty close, but I think basically Boston's favorite because they're at home, and I think there's value here with Baltimore. So I'm on Baltimore money line plus 112 for a full unit, my only full unit of play of the day. Nick, Orioles, Red Sox, what do you think here?
Yeah, this was supposed to be Winkowski and Voth, but seeing that yesterday's game was postponed, it's going to be Dean Kramer. I really do like the Orioles in this spot. The only thing that has kept me off of the Orioles at the moment, I'm probably going to bet them later, is the way that the line's moving. Because majority of the money is on the Red Sox in this game, even though 73% of the tickets is on the Orioles, which is kind of concerning. But I do think the Orioles are just the better overall team right now. They have a lot more to play for, and this is an Orioles team that I think can make is a playoff team potentially. I think they're tied with the Rays now for that wild card spot. Because I believe with the Rays loss, and yeah, they are tied with the Rays for that third wild card spot. Who would have guessed a team with a season win total of 62.5 would be sitting with 58 wins and 52 losses and tied for a wild card spot? Props to them. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely lean with the Orioles in this spot. I'll probably add them later in the day. But for right now, it's the Orioles or nothing.
All right. Thanks to everybody watching. I think the earlier time seems to work better from what I'm seeing so far. We'll probably look at I'll probably look at 2, maybe trying to start the show at 2. Going forward, we'll definitely see. Make sure to check YouTube and the Getting Wild with Terry and Friends Twitter for that information as it changes. Going on to last pitch here, I gave out all my plays. Not only 5 bets for me today at this point in time. I'm not backing Houston Astros today. Learned my lesson yesterday. Ray Gons for Texas has pitched 1 game, did not allow an earned run, but it was against the White Sox. So you know how I feel about the White Sox offense. Houston obviously has a better offense, but didn't get involved. Cardinals and Rockies, a game I'm going to be looking at for sure once lineups are announced. I'll probably be looking at a same game parlay with some players to get hits and stuff like that, but nothing at this exact moment. And then the Cubs and Reds, the Field of Dreams game tonight. Smiley against Lodolo, Cubs against the Reds. Like, really, you couldn't have chosen a better matchup? I don't know. But I'm not getting involved.
Should always have the White Sox in it. They should always have the White Sox. My opinion.
Yeah.
Because of the movie.
Yeah. Maybe they thought Cubs was a good replacement, but Cubs and Reds, like, really, I just think you could have chosen a better matchup than that. It's not like anybody expected Cubs and Reds to be powerhouse teams this year. So you could have chose a better matchup. So nothing for me in that one either. Nick, last pitch. What do you think here?
All right, last pitch. Let's get up my card for the day. I think we touched on every single one except for I have a couple actually. The Astros this morning were minus 300. You know what I did? Rangers first 5 full game money line. I cashed with them last night, full game. They put up 5 runs in the 10th inning. It was beautiful. Pushed the first 5, but it is what it is there. I'm now up 4.65 units, fading every minus 300 favorite. That'll go until the end of August. And then I'm on the Rockies in the first 5 innings. I like German Marquez in this spot. I feel like this is a Rockies team that plays better at home, and I like the Rockies in this spot. I passed on the Rockies yesterday, but I had the Rockies game 1, so I feel like I've read the series pretty well. And then I'm also backing Lodolo for the Reds tonight in the first 5 innings at minus 120 in the Field of Dreams game. Yeah, the Lodolo.
All right, there you go. A question, because I think I saw it in the chat on the Earl Sports Bets this morning. I'll make sure to follow Nick and Tim at Earl Sports Bets on YouTube. But your minus 300 that you fade, is that going to translate to hockey? Are you going to fade minus 300, or is it going to be minus 400, or have you thought about that? Or
that's still to be decided. I feel like in hockey, because I'm going to handicap hockey a little bit different than baseball, because I'm going to have like a little bit more of a model for a different type of model. So I'm going to be probably more focused on totals when it comes to the NHL, to be completely honest. But I can definitely see potentially having it where when I see a minus 300 favorite, I may just take a team total over for that the dog. But I don't know yet. That is a good question. I'm not 100% sure, because I don't feel like having to back the Blackhawks and the Coyotes every single game.
Well, your thought process is that no MLB team should be minus 300.
No MLB team, yeah.
So maybe there's no NHL team that should be minus 400. We'll see.
That could be a look, yeah.
We'll see what happens, but yeah, I'm interested to see what you do there. Keith appreciates Tim's thoughts in the WNBA in the comments here. So there you go. We will go on to, and speaking of WNBA, because Tim did send in some best bets that involve the WNBA. We will start with over or under, as we usually do. A lot of pushes yesterday, obviously, with the postponement of the Jays game.
A lot of voids, really.
Yeah, a lot of voids, yeah. So we'll go right back at it today. For me, over or under, I'm starting to heat up in, which is great. I'm kind of moving myself out of last place. So I'm going to keep going here. I have one total today, and that's White Sox, Kansas City, first 5, under 4. Nick, you were one of the CFL, taking Montreal, Winnipeg, under 48.5. Tim is taking Chicago and Las Vegas Aces, over 174. Dave is going with Houston Astros, team total over 5. And Ryan is going with Houston, Texas, under 8 for over or under. For dog of the day, for me here, I'm going to go to the NFL here and take the Tennessee Titans for the upset to break Baltimore's long 20-game winning streak here. Nick, you are going with the Colorado Rockies. Tim is going with the Chicago Sky. And Dave is going with the Baltimore Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles would be my second choice. I do have them in my best bet coming up. That is why I didn't choose them twice, why I gave you guys something different here. But I do definitely like Baltimore more than Tennessee tonight. So keep that in mind if you tail. Best parlay piece. For me, I will take the best team in the CFL to continuing on. Winnipeg Blue Bombers money line. I know the price isn't good, but when it comes to a parlay piece, I'm confident that cashes. Nick, you're going with Baltimore Ravens money line. Tim is going with the New York Giants money line. Dave will go with the Cincinnati Reds money line. And Ryan will go with the Arizona Diamondbacks on the money line. And for best bets today, for me, Baltimore Orioles money line plus 108 for 1 unit. Nick, you are parlaying the 2 NFL favorites in the New York Giants and Baltimore Ravens, both on the money line, which I looked up. It was plus 167 for 1 unit. Tim is going with Arizona Pittsburgh under 8 and Kansas City Chicago White Sox under 7.5, 2 units, plus 260. Dave is going with the alternate spread. and taking Baltimore Orioles minus 1.5 for plus 165. And Ryan is taking St. Louis, Colorado over 12 in this one. We will get here. I might blindly bet all NBA dogs at plus 10 points on spread. Yes, I know you were looking at that last year.
That's not. Yeah, I know Tim doesn't lay more than 10 for NBA. College basketball is different. We'll lay up to 20, 30 points in the college basketball, but not in the NBA.
All right. Wow, I called it. Hope it cashes. Awesome. Tim, I need to dig myself out of a hole. Hey, you'll get there. You'll get there. But that is the show. Best of luck to everybody. Thanks for everybody watching. If you're watching later on and thinking, oh, the showtime changed, that was basically because of the game, the schedule of the games today. But earlier show seems to work out pretty well. So we'll probably look at 2 p.m. Going forward. Make sure to check YouTube for the changes and Getting Wild with Terry and Friends Twitter account. Best of luck on your bets tonight. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, smash the like button. We appreciate all the support. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Another episode, Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Best of luck today, guys.